Ik ga hier de Boris neben mir and I'm going to switch to English so you also understand me. And first of all, I want to congratulate you for being president. And yeah, my first question is also, what is your first presidential action?
So yeah, since the elections happened like a little bit like 2 weeks ago, the first goal, of course, was for me to introduce the new members, because we have 2 new members that join, Asif and Roma. The goal is to explain to them the processes, to accept how do we accept the new members, what are the next goals, and one of them was today to organize the booth, so we have some people in our booth like helping us for the 3 days. So that was basically set up the main 2-3 weeks priorities. Including also discussing with the Swiss Esport League regarding a potential partnership, working on certification and such things. But that's some of them.
Sounds like you already have to do a lot of work for those 2 weeks. You are president now.
No, it's more like since I've been implicated since the reorganization 2 years ago, I know more of the organizational aspects, really like the basic things. Where do you find the files? But so far the people have taken leads on stuff like, for instance, sending mails to the mail list, or organizing the volunteers. That was done already by the new members. But it's true that you have to show them where are the logins, where are, you know, the simple organizational stuff.
Yeah, but already a lot to do.
Yeah,
but what are your long-term plans? Do you want to talk about this a little bit?
Yeah, so my long-term plans personally as Boris Mayencourt is to develop the grassroots esports. So I don't so much target for now professional. I know like a lot of clubs in Switzerland aim at professionalization, having money and paying teams. For me, I want to take it a step back, develop the grassroots, the amateur level, have a system where you have all the members have memberships fee, and then you develop amateur level, and then you go to professional. That's my goal for esports for clubs. And of course, the goals for this next 2 years, I think, is recognition, to be recognized as a sport by the Olympic Committee, or also or by the Swiss organization for sports. That's one of the main goals. And I guess also democratizing the esports. So reaching out, what we're doing with Time right now is as Swiss-made game leagues, like reaching the younger audiences and the parents. And one day, what I really hope for esports is one day the parents will bring their kids to esports and not as they are bringing them to a football stadium. You know,
yeah.
like
SESF is already working for years now for the recognition of esports and gaming in the public. That's one of your main jobs. How do you think the Swiss esports scene will develop in the next year?
Well, for the next year, I think like the esports, we have for the Swiss Esports Federation. The members, like for me, the real start for me when I started collaborating with the Swiss Esports Federation was in 2016, so it's basically 2 years. And I see it like, I can see it already, like sponsors are coming, so the money is coming. For me it's a great opportunity, but also a great challenge, because with new sponsors means you have to professionalize and to handle huge amount of money, and how do you work with that? But for me, the next 2 years is basically going to be a lot of development still on the league side, promoting leagues, for me it's very important the international aspect, because I know other people have different mindset, but for me Switzerland is very much a very great country to promote international collaboration, like we are doing with NGOs or the UN that are based in Geneva. So for me it's very important to work locally, also professionalize and democratize the scene, and also work internationally and show also have more collaboration with other countries and grow also on the international scale or world scale.
TCS was the last enterprise that just confirmed their own Rocket League. Do you think there will be more enterprises like that will make their own leagues?
Yeah, I think for TCS it's a very smart move, because TCS is about cars, and Rocket League is probably it's a perfect match for the game, and it's a very great move to organize that for them. I think it's very smart, and I think it's for me it's a specific case of a company that is really close to a game, and then it's cars, and you can make something like promote TCS and the value that TCS has in Switzerland and what it brings. I really hope more companies are going to be linked to games, but I think the TCS move was really a smart one. It's going to be hard to match that one for me.
And now for you personally, what are you looking forward the most to as you work as president?
So well, again, the president is just a role. We are 7 in the board, but what I really want, really like this year's goal are for me. One of them is to give a little bit more of a structure to the esports scene. So this will come with a player register we are currently working on. So we have a track of players who plays in which club, and it's more clear where players go, and also good for players to see their experience or their how it was like in the past, where did they play, what was their profile, and so on. And on the other side is obviously to keep developing what we just started, the Swiss Made Game League. So for me, that's a very great project on a Swiss game by the Swiss Esports Federation. And the last one is a collaboration with SESL, the Swiss Esports League. We have to find a way to work with them and the members and the teams participating in their league. I really want to work on that. This is something for the next 2 months. We have to work like even less. We have to work on that with the board. And finally, the esports recognition. So that's the 3 main goals for me.
Esports.ch. Powered by UPC.